Good morning, class. In previous lecture, we studied about density and various methods to measure mass and volume. Today, we are going to study about specific gravity bottle, and we will study about floating and sinking today. Okay, so what is specific gravity? First, let us discuss that. You've already studied in your previous classes that relative density is the ratio of density of a substance to the density of water. Okay, or it is also said that mass of any volume of a substance, the ratio of mass of any volume of the substance to the mass of same volume of water. That means the volume should be same in both the cases, the substance whatever you have taken and the volume of water. So now specific gravity bottle is a very small bottle whose volume is almost, it may be 25 cc or 50 cc. Cc means centimeter cube. So this bottle has a small cork over it which can be fitted into it once you have filled it with whatever substance you are using, and that cork has a small hole. So when you fill it completely and then put the cork into it, fix the cork in the bottle, then the extra amount of liquid that comes out of the bottle with the help of that hole. So the volume that now remains inside the bottle, that volume is whatever I told you, 50 cc or 25 cc, and that volume is written on the bottle itself. So you don't have to measure it. So when we have to calculate the density of any liquid, what do? We first weigh that specific gravity bottle. Suppose the mass of that specific gravity bottle is m1, and then we fill it with the liquid which we have to measure, and then fix the cork into it and then weigh that bottle again. Let us suppose that now the mass is m2. So mass of the liquid will be m2 minus m1, right? And the volume of liquid will be equal to the volume of the specific gravity bottle that is already written on the bottle. So the density you can easily calculate now, m2 minus m1 upon v, right? This is how the specific gravity bottle works. Then you have this floating and sinking, another topic. So you know the literal meaning of floating and sinking. What does floating mean? When you put any substance, any, say, an object into water, and it either stays on the surface or just below the surface, then we say this particular object is floating in water, okay, or any liquid. And if you put an object into any liquid and it goes deep into it, we say that then object has sunk into it. So you can there is this activity where they are telling you to use various things and drop it in water and see which one floats and which does not. So you can even try it at home if you want to. So paper clip, coin, needle, eraser, lemon, piece of foam, ball of cotton, pencil shavings, balloon, etc. So you can try doing this. So there are certain observations, like when say you are using a ball of cotton. So initially when you put this you can try at home. When you put a ball of cotton in water, initially it floats, but gradually as it absorbs water, then it sinks. Once it has absorbed water, then it sinks into water. So why does this happen? Why is the cotton initially floating and after absorbing water it sinks? So we have to find out this. And there is another thing which they are showing in figure 2.7. You can see there are two glasses filled with water. Both are having lemon into it, but in one case the lemon has sunk and other case the lemon is floating. Why is it happening so? Because now here the difference in both the cases is the other glass is having salt water into it. So the lemon is floating in the salt water. So again the question arises, why does lemon float in pure water? Sorry, why does lemon sink in pure water while it floats in salt water? So we have to find out these answers. Okay. So to get the answers of these questions, first we need to know, why does an object sink or float? Okay. So whenever the density of an object is greater than the density of liquid, the object will sink. Okay. Whenever the density of the object is more, then it will sink, and whenever the density of the object is less, it will float. Right. So you have to remember this. Okay. So the activity I just told you, there they were using paperclip, coin, needle, eraser, lemon, balloon. These things were sinking because their density was more, and whatever floated, that floated because the density was less. So the activity which I just told you to do, the ball of cotton thing. So initially when you put the ball of cotton in water, what is happening? The ball of cotton is having lesser density, that is why it is floating. But when it absorbs water, what is happening? Its volume is not changing, its volume is remaining the same, but it has absorbed water. That means its mass will increase, right? Density is equal to mass upon volume. Mass is increasing, volume is not changing. What will happen? That means density has increased. Now, because the density has increased, the cotton ball soaked with water will sink in water. Okay. The other case in which lemon sank in pure water, because the density of lemon was greater than the density of water, therefore it sank in water. But when you took salt water, or when you mix salt in water, the lemon is floating, because when you have mixed salt with water, the density of water has increased. That means now the density of lemon is less and lemon is floating. Okay, so these are two questions which you have to write the answers. I will give you these questions and you will write the answers. Okay, then there is another thing, that when you put needle in water, it sinks. That means that the density of needle is greater than the density of water. A needle is made up of, say, steel. Okay, it is made up of steel. But a ship which is also made up of steel is so big, but it floats. Why does it happen? Now here they are showing again an activity. They have taken this plasticine lump, the modeling clay you might have played at home. Okay, so put a lump of clay in water and you will see it sinks. Then give it a shape of a boat, and then try putting it in water, it will float. That means shape also matters. How does changing the shape help in floating or sinking? Let us discuss this. Again the thing is same. See, when we are talking about a ship is hollow from inside. Okay, so the mass is remaining same, but the volume is increased, right? Because it is hollow, so a big volume is taken. Okay, so the density of the whole ship has changed. The density of steel is not changing, but the density of this whole ship has changed. Okay, so it is changed such that the density of ship remains lesser than the density of water. Okay, so you can see here, when you molded the last paragraph, you can see when you molded the plasticine into a boat, its shape changed and its effective volume increased, so it floated. Okay, what did you do with the plasticine? With the same volume, you have, with the same mass, you increased the volume, so now the density has decreased. Okay, now there's another thing, that when a ship enters from river water to sea water, again the case of lemon happens. Sea water is salty, so the density of sea water is more. Therefore, when ship enters from river water to sea water, ship rises a little. Okay, because what is happening? The density of water is more now, so ship is much more lighter now. The density is much more less. Density of ship is much more less now, so it rises a little bit up. That you can see here. Ships rise when they enter a sea or ocean from a river, because sea water has a greater density than fresh water. Okay, so these are the things. Then floating liquids, and there's one more topic, I think these we will take in next lecture, and I will be sending you an image with this video, so it will be having 2 or 3 questions. Please write those answers in your fair copy. Okay, that's all for today, children. Bye.